Welcome to the Explainer. Have you ever wanted to just give your AI a new superpower? Well, that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're taking a simple Node.js project and turning it into a powerful, custom tool that pretty much any AI can connect to and start using. You know, AI models are amazing. Seriously. They can write code, help you plan a vacation, you name it. But they've got this one big problem. They're basically trapped in a digital sandbox. They can't just reach out and interact with your personal code or your company's internal tools or that little script you wrote on your desktop. All that real power connecting the AI to your world is locked away. So the million-dollar question is, how do we break them out? How do we teach them a new custom skill? Well, the answer is something called the Model Context Protocol, or MCP for short. Honestly, the easiest way to think about it is like a universal translator or maybe a standardized USB port for AIs. It's a common language, a standard plug that lets any AI model securely and reliably connect to outside tools and services. And today, we're going to build one of those tools from the ground up. Okay, let's dive right in. First things first, we got to lay the foundation and get our project set up. And don't worry, this part is super quick, no sweat at all. It's literally just 3 commands in your terminal. First, we'll make a new directory for our project and pop right into it. Second, we initialize a totally standard Node.js project. And third, we install the official MCP SDK. And bam, just like that, our project is ready for us to start coding. All right, project's all set. Now for the really fun part, writing the code that's actually going to teach our AI something new. So go ahead, open up a new file in your editor, and let's call it server.js. Okay, so right at the top of our file, we just need to import 2 key things from the SDK we just installed. First up is the MCP server. That's kind of the main blueprint for our server. And second is stdio server transport, which is really just a fancy way of saying it's a tool that lets our server talk directly with our terminal. Perfect for local testing. Yep, these 2 little import lines. That's it. They give us everything we need, the server itself, and a way to talk to it. Simple as that. With our imports ready to go, we can actually create our server instance. And this is a pretty important step because it's where we give our tool a clear identity, a name and a version, so any AI that connects knows exactly what it's dealing with. So we just create a new MCP server instance. We'll give it a name, let's say calculator.js, and we'll tag it as version 1.0.0. This one little object right here, this is the heart of our entire application. Okay. We have a server, but it can't actually do anything yet. It's an empty shell. To give it a skill, we need to register what's called a tool. Just think of a tool as a single function or a capability that we want to show the AI how to use. So let's build a simple add tool. It's got 3 main parts. First, a description, written in plain English. Second, the args, which tells the AI what inputs it needs. And third, the handler, which is the actual JavaScript that does the heavy lifting. Now, the handler is the logic, sure, but the description, that's the magic. That's what the AI reads to figure out what this thing even does. A clear description makes all the difference. And you know what's cool? Adding more skills is just as easy. You just call mcp.tool again with a new definition, like this one for multiplication. This really shows you how modular MCP is. You can just keep stacking new skills on top of each other, building this whole library of custom powers for your AI. We've built the engine. We've defined what it can do. Now, it's time to turn the key and bring this thing online. This single line of code at the very end of our file, this is the ignition switch. We just call the run method on our server and we pass in that stdio server transport we imported earlier. That's what tells the server, okay, time to wake up and start listening for requests right here in the terminal. So, with that final line saved, all you got to do is hop over to your terminal and run node server.js. That's it. Your MCP server is officially live and listening for instructions. How cool is that? Okay, so you've got a server running locally, which is awesome for development. But what comes next? Let's chat for a second about how you test this thing and get it ready for the real world. Now that it's running, you can connect to it with a few different things, like a visual tool called an MCP Inspector, a simple command line client, or even straight from your IDE. This lets you poke it, send it requests, and just make sure your add and multiply tools are working exactly like you think they should. Now, this right here is a really important idea, the jump from playing around locally to a real production environment. Locally, we use that simple terminal connection, right? But in production, you'd swap that out for something that works over a network, like HTTP. That lets your tool be used from anywhere, but it also means you gotta start thinking about the serious stuff, like authentication and monitoring. And here are a couple of crucial pro tips for when you go live. First, and trust me on this, when you're testing in that terminal mode, stay away from console.log. It can actually mess with the protocol messages. Log to a file instead. And I really can't say this enough, for any real-world production server, you absolutely have to implement proper authentication and monitoring. No exceptions. So think about it. In just a few minutes, with just a handful of code, you've built a server that can teach an AI a brand new skill. You've essentially unlocked a door connecting the abstract intelligence of a model to a concrete custom function that you built. You just taught an AI how to be a calculator. So the only real question left is, what custom tool are you going to build next?